Hi, and welcome back to the shortened version of Armchair Pundits. Today, I'm with Yao and with Leon. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey guys.
So, first up, Neil Lennon's been sacked. Only joking. Neil Lennon has finally decided to leave after all the trauma that's happened with things being sent to his house, things being sent to his workplace, messages being sent through his letterbox, stuff that I've got to give him props for actually deciding to stay there, because some of the stuff was ridiculous. 3 league titles in 4 years, beating Barcelona, a whole lot of things that he's done, so credit goes to him. We've also had the Epiphany, the Full Moon, the
Pigs
what else?
flying.
The what?
Pigs flying.
The pigs flying. Arsenal have won a trophy for the first time in 9 years, so we will congratulate them.
Oh boy.
I know I'm gonna get a lot of people being annoyed with what I've said. It's all jokes here. It's all fun. But Arsenal, congratulations. They won the FA Cup. Something I still value. A lot of people don't. And then finally, we'll discuss Spanish domination of Champions League, and we'll also discuss the Champions League final. So, Neil Lennon, he's left. I have a sneaky feeling that if Pochettino doesn't go to Tottenham, because I'm not sure he wants to, I think he actually wants to stay, depending on whether they sell his stars, that Neil Lennon might end up at Tottenham. Some people saying coming into Premier League is probably a step too high for him. Might have to go to Championship and do what the other Scottish guys have done, even though he's not Scottish, but the guys that come from Scotland have done. I'm not too sure. Your views on one, what he's done in Scotland, and where you think he'll land, because he's obviously going to come to England.
Being a Scottish League player, manager, whatever you want to call it, it's very difficult to analyse how well you've done when you are at Celtic or Rangers. Simply because you are expected to win a title. And he's done it in 2 years where Rangers not been there. He's done well in the Champions League. I think they got out of the group stage once, and the other time they just missed out, I think, on goal difference. But for me, I don't think Neil Lennon is quite ready for a big Premiership club, but definitely a Premiership team. Maybe a lower one like West Brom, but definitely not Tottenham.
My personal views is, as well as he's done in, the Scottish League with Celtic, it's really tainted by the fact that Rangers are not in that league. So the only real major competition they would have had is no longer there. I'm not taking it away from the man. He's had to do his job and he's done it very well. But I don't see Spurs going for him. The style of football that he played at Celtic wasn't even anywhere near good enough to be at Tottenham. That's my own personal belief. Would I say West Brom? Even West Brom sounds like it's a bit too much for him. But maybe West Brom, the Aston Villa type teams in the lower half of the league.
He's got European experience.
He's got European experience, but let's be honest, they didn't really the one time they beat Barcelona, it was because every single footballing god wanted them to win, because I watched that game.
But they also drew in the new camp. They've had some good results in Europe.
I'm not denying the results that they've had in Europe, but I'm just letting you know that the footballing gods were on their side, because everyone watched those games and people sat there and thought, how did they get out with that result?
The blueprint. They set the blueprint of let Barcelona cross. You let them cross, they will not score. And that's what they did for 2 games. And it worked. Of course. And everyone else started doing it after that.
Tactic is a tactic, one way or another. And he found a way of it working against Barcelona. More to him. But I don't think he's the right man to be coming up to a team that's at least in the top 8. It's not for him.
Originally, I thought he might end up at Norwich. But obviously, Norwich have now appointed Neil Adams as the permanent coach or manager, whichever they want to call him nowadays.
I think West Brom is a good shout for him.
Not Aston Villa? Too much uncertainty.
They'll probably keep Lambert.
I don't see why Lambert should go anyway. I think he's done wonders with
what he's got.
Youth. With what he's got to keep him up. They've got rid of all their high earners apart from Bournemouth.
Well, Benton's still there.
Well, but he got sent on loan.
Well, there's talk he's now saying that he might reintroduce him into the squad.
Well, if Benteke goes, then he's going to need someone to score goals again.
Yeah. Okay, so moving forward, we have the congratulations of Arsenal. Obviously, being two Tottenham fans, probably weren't too enamoured. Me, I'm not a fan of Arsenal just because of my cousin, who just, as I was young, he was just so, I don't know, Arsenal couldn't do anything wrong. If they lost, it was because someone cheated. If they won, it's because they were the best. Arsenal were just the best, and it just made me hate Arsenal. So, credit where credit's due. I do like Wenger. I do think he should be respected. I don't understand all this hysteria. He needs to go this, he needs to go that. Maybe because I'm not an Arsenal fan. Maybe I'm not feeling the hurt and pain that they're doing for paying all the money. But he's done wonders for their club. And you couldn't probably have a better manager in there other than Sir Alex Ferguson. So, it's the first time he's actually taken the FA Cup seriously, which is probably the problems. They won it. They didn't really play young players apart from, he's not young, but their second goalkeeper. They used Fabianski for the whole thing, which is credit to them, because I didn't like what Man City did last season, which I was actually happy that they lost the FA Cup last year, because what they did with bringing Joe Hart back in for the final game after he didn't play any of the games beforehand, that was disrespect. So maybe it was karma. Maybe Fabianski staying helped them win it. But congratulations to Arsenal. It's a trophy win. They can go on from here. Do you think they're going to go on from here? Do you think now is the new beginning of Arsenal?
No, the last time they won a trophy, their fans said they were going to win the league, and it was 9 years. So, if I was them, and this is not me being harsh as a Tottenham fan, I'll just say wait for the next season and see how you start off. A lot of people are saying, they finally took the FA Cup serious and they won it at the first time. No, they've been taking the FA Cup serious for the last 6 seasons. Okay, let's not try and give them any sort of boost that they've already got right now.
But they played a lot of youngsters in it.
Doesn't matter if they played youngsters. They played the youngsters against like weaker opposition that they should be beating, hands down. All right, but this season it's no different to any other season. They've taken it serious, but all the other seasons teams have found them out. This season,
they had a lot of home draws.
They had a lot of home draws, and they got lucky in 1 or 2 games. That's all you need. You need a bit of luck on your side, quality in the team, and you can go far. They went 2-0 down in 10 minutes against a team that, let's be honest, none of us trusted to hold on to a 2-0 lead. No one. Anyone that knows football, you can hope, you can wish, but anyone that knows football would know that Hull City were shaking in their boots. They were scared from like literally 15 minutes into the game. The occasion was too big for them. It was too big for Steve Bruce. You can't park the bus. He doesn't know how to park a bus. They were literally attacking every ball that Arsenal had.
I disagree, because I think he's parked the bus a few times this season and got good results out of it. Because there was one spell where they were on clean sheet after clean sheet after clean sheet for parking the bus and nicking goals.
Was this early part of the season?
No, this was around January time.
That's the middle part of the season. People are still fresh-ish. It's that latter part of the season where parking the bus is a real talent. It's a real skill, as we found out at the Kop. I'm not trying to bring up any bad memories. I'm just saying.
Anyway, Leon, your view, please.
Congratulations to Arsenal. They've waited a while. They finally got a trophy to shout about, which before was a trophy that the fans didn't really care about. There was only the league they wanted, but yet 250,000 people went to celebrate the fact that they won the FA Cup. So fair play to them. They won it. They deserve to win it. Unlucky for Hull. I think they missed the fact that they didn't have Shane Long and Nikita Jelavic up front, because the Arsenal defenders didn't really look under the cosh despite the goals that Hull scored. You didn't really get the feeling that Hull will be able to finish the job. But no, Arsenal, for me, Arsene Wenger's done a wonderful job there. When you look at how profitable Arsenal are in a business light, you can't really argue with what he's managed to do without spending loads of money and selling big stars. If they do as Wenger says, and keep buying players to improve the team like he used to do. Like when he brought in an Henry or Perez, guys that weren't necessarily top class at the time, but making them top class, then you never know. But I think it's going to be really tough for them because Man United will be back next season, and if every team in the Premier League is trying to improve, so whether Arsenal can still go on from this, we're yet to see. We'll find out.
Okay, do you think Wenger should have left, won the title, moved on, fresh challenge? So won the FA Cup, moved on. You got some fans are 50-50. Do you think that he should have said, okay, guys, I've done it, I've won it, let me go to Monaco? Because they've sacked
Ranieri.
But they've replaced him already.
Yeah.
I think.
They're going to replace him.
The question I have to ask is, has he signed?
He said he's going to sign.
Well,
he said it, so he's going to sign. He's a man of his word.
Okay, doesn't mean he can't go against it.
Nah, he always said that he was going to stay.
Yeah.
When he
can't see him.
I'm not saying that I can see him going. I really don't.
The question
see him
is,
going.
do you think he should? That's what question I'm asking.
The question is, do I think he should? No. Why should he? Why should he? His job's not done.
It's his legacy. Why should he go? For me, he's still got unfinished business. Yeah. He still wants to win the Champions League with Arsenal, and he hasn't done that. He'd like to.
He might have to literally
just focus on trying to win it.
Yeah.
But he still needs to have a certain group of players around, and I don't think he has that. He brought Ozil, who they thought would be a guy to step into that fold. But
he might still first season.
Yeah, but we've seen it before with Ozil. When the chips are down, he goes missing. Not just for Real Madrid, not just for Arsenal, but for Germany as well. We've seen it. It's not the first time.
Well, he needs runners, and that's the problem. I think what everyone forgets, whatever. But what people forget, why he was so good at Real Madrid, he had runners. He had Ronaldo running one way, Wayne running, he had Benzema running, he had Di Maria running. His decline coincided with Ramsey's departure and Theo Walcott's injury. So both of them two getting injured, and they were the two guys that run beyond him. And remember, early in the season, assists galore with him because they were running beyond him. As soon as they went,
against
that was
the
it.
weaker teams. I'm talking about the big games when he really needs to be stuck.
But did Ramsey and, apart from the Liverpool game, did Ramsey and Walcott play the big games? When they're injured by that time as well.
Well, he played against Man City.
That's Man City. Fair enough, that's a game for him to really stand up, but it's Man City. I wouldn't fault him for them losing against Man City. I wouldn't say it's his fault.
No, I'm not saying it's his fault, but I'm just saying
he
has previous in big games.
Yeah, he's not
I'm not talking about this Arsenal days either.
He's not a big game.
Yeah, he's coming across as one of those players that's not for the big time.
Okay, well, the jury will be out next season. The World Cup as well. We'll see how far he steps. But moving on, we have the Champions League final coming up. But first, we'll talk about the Spanish domination Champions League, because for a long time we were saying Spanish teams are that's going to win it every year. Then all of a sudden, this juggernaut of Bayern Munich came, and we thought, has it all ended? Is the death of tiki-taka now arrived? Is it now going to be the pace and power of what we had with the Premiership, but now with the German teams? What are we going to do? Is it now a case that Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, and then Barcelona, the three of those teams make it to the semi-finals and then onto the finals, the two of them? Is it a full swing now? Is tiki-taka still alive?
I don't think it went nowhere. I think what happened is last season, especially with the German teams, the Spanish teams I think they gave them too much respect, to be honest with you. I think that's what happened. I shouldn't say that they didn't give them more respect. These are two top quality German teams, and that's why we had an all German final.
I'm not sure. I think it was the opposite way. I think that the Germans said, "You're not as good as you think you are, and we're better than you." And they just went there and said they went for jugular, and that's why they scored so many goals.
I can understand that, but you need to if you go against an opponent and you give your opponent too much respect, you will get punished. That's a simple fact in football. You know, you give your opponent way too much space, way too much time on the ball, you will get punished. Barcelona gave Bayern Munich way too much time on the ball, and Real Madrid suffered because they gave Borussia Dortmund way too much time. Even though Borussia Dortmund were playing counter-attack football, they gave them way too much time, way too many counter-attack opportunities, and they just got ran. Now you come a following season, you've learnt from your lesson. You don't give that team the same respect. Now look at it. They didn't come up against Borussia. Well, they did in the group, didn't they? Against Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid.
What, this season?
This season?
No, they played them in knockout stages.
They played them in the knockout stages. They knocked them out, and then they came up against Bayern Munich. They knocked them out. As far as I'm concerned, it's learning your lessons and improving.
See, because I asked that question because I want to know. So Leon answered it before. I say what I have to say again. Your opinion, Leon?
Well, you could argue that Guardiola's gone to Bayern and made Bayern play a different style of football that they did last season, which he did. He turned them into tiki-taka, and then the team said, okay, you can play tiki-taka now and we'll counter-attack you. What it seems like at the moment is, in order for you to win the Champions League, you can't play one way. You can't be one-dimensional, because you could win it one year and the next year you try to play that same style of football, somebody will find you out. The same happened with Spain in the Confederations Cup. Brazil managed to find a way to stop it, and that's
they used the
Bayern Munich
template
formula to do it. And now you look at what Guardiola's gone to Bayern and done, and you know they won the league by a country mile. But you could probably say a lot of those wins were just the fact that Bayern are a much more talented team, than anyone else in the league, because they are the biggest club and they have the most money. But you know, you can't really argue with the fact that he's won three trophies this season. Can't really argue with that. He lost in the Champions League. Yes, getting beat at home by that margin was not good. Yeah. But you could argue that set pieces was their downfall in that game.
Because what I was going to say is, I'm not sure if it's quite a domination of Spanish teams, because we've still got to take into consideration the reason why Borussia Dortmund weren't as strong this year. No Hummels for a lot of the season. The other centre back whose name
they almost knocked out. They almost knocked him out.
Subotic missing.
Mkhitaryan had tucked away those two chances.
Exactly.
It would have been through.
You got to put your chances away.
They're missing, so that's the heart of the defense.
Everyone needs a bit of luck.
There you go.
To win the Champions League.
You need luck in any competition.
In every competition, there needs to be an element of luck there. And for me, it is a Spanish domination at the moment, but I don't necessarily believe that that's how it will continue. Yeah. I just think there's more managers, more different styles of managers going at different big teams in Europe. It's finding that formula for each game. You can only take a game as it comes, and you can't be. I think when you're synonymous with one style of football, somebody out there is sitting there going, right, this is what we need to do. How can we stop this? If you're able to adapt and change the way you play, you saw with Atletico, they're not used to being on the front foot. Yep. But they had to against Chelsea,
they won the league
and they ended up
this season.
There you go,
with less than 50% possession on average this season.
There you go.
And I was going to say, it's not a tiki-taka because Atletico have proved it. They're Spanish, but you can arguably say they play the German way. Efficient, work rate, and they've added the Spanish technique
and flair
with the German work rate and machine. World machine.
Yeah, it's about adapting and evolving.
So, moving on to the Champions League final, do you think that will trump what Real Madrid have to offer? Or do you think just the Bale, the Di Maria, the Benzema and Ronaldo are just going to say, you know what, we gave you a blight in the season, we know what you're about now, playtime's over, we are the kings of Madrid.
Let's be honest out here. Real Madrid want the 10, right? They want that big 1-0. That's what they've been going mad for since they won the 9th one. Okay, and this is the first final that they've got to in how many years? 12 years? No, this is going to be a very fiery final. It's a Madrid derby. I mean, I couldn't have wished for a better final.
Atletico have the template. They know how to beat Real.
Atletico have the template. They know how to beat Real Madrid. They know how to beat Barcelona. I said to you guys that they would have Barcelona's number. I was right. All right, but on this one, I think it will go to extra time.
You haven't said who you think is going to win?
I don't want to say who's going to. I want to say Real Madrid because I'm a Real Madrid fan, but I generally have a feeling that this is Atletico's Champions League.
I wouldn't disagree. Being a Barcelona follower, I honestly think that Atletico can do it if, and it's a big if Costa is playing. If Costa doesn't play, then I can't see it happening. I can just see them trying to shut down, counter-attack, work, and trying to nick it. They can't play their normal game without Costa. He is the heart and beat of their attack. So for me, I won't be on the show now. I'm gonna say he's gonna be fit, so I'll say Atletico are gonna win. But if he's not fit, then Real Madrid have won it.
Personally, I think Real Madrid are going to win it.
Regardless of
Diego Costa is not fully fit. A fully fit Diego Costa, my answer would be different. But he's not going into that game fully fit. He's been toying with fitness the whole last month of the season. And for me, the fact that he's got that injury, he's playing up against Pepe and Sergio Ramos, the two most malicious defenders you could think of in world football. They will do a number on him at some point in that game to slow him down. And that's just how football is.
Just stamping in his fire when he's on the
That's
floor.
all- that's what you need.
And one knee to the fire, dead legs, game over.
And it's a yellow card. You can take that in the final.
It's game over. For me, he's caused them a world of problems. He is their worst nightmare, but he's injured.
Scorelines?
But do you not think Alonso being suspended because Elemer Mendy has not shown up?
I actually
He's
think
not shown up.
that will actually help. As it sounds, Kadira is back.
He's not
fully fit either, but Modric is there to do what Xabi Alonso can do. And for me, if you tell Modric, I want you to now sit and dictate, he will do that all day. That's what he was born to do. Making him go forward, that was just an extension of his abilities. But for me, that's his natural position.
Yeah.
And he's then allowing more space for Di Maria, Bale, Ronaldo, and Benzema.
We'll
up
just
front.
be picking them out for fun. He'll be doing what... Let's be honest. Xabi Alonso's whole remit is to pivot and pass. And he makes it look quality. Okay? Like, I told Liverpool fans, when you sold him, you'll regret it, and you have.
Yeah,
He's still terrible at tackling, by the way.
No, he's always
still terrible.
He's always been terrible at tackling. But the fact of the matter is, his main ability is to literally turn, look up, 60, 20, 80, it doesn't matter. It's coming to your feet. You do the rest. And Modric has got the same ability. It might not necessarily be as high as Xabi, but it's not that far off. So, no, I think Modric will just slot into that slot perfectly.
Can we do scorelines?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Because I'm
Let's
not
do
sure
it.
if I.
Let's do scorelines.
I've got a scoreline. I've got
Okay,
a
your
scoreline.
scoreline is what, yeah?
3-1 Real.
So
Real
I'll
Madrid.
shout.
2-1 Real.
Well, I will go against the green, and I'm going to say Atletico will nick it 2-1, and one will be from a set piece from a corner.
Miranda.
Yeah, one will be from a corner, and I'll say I'll take Turan if he's fit. Turan's going to score.
Disgusting.
So I'd like to thank you once again, Yao and Liam, for this another good episode of Armchair Pundits. This has been myself, James, Yao, Liam. I'd like to thank the listeners, as we always do, for listening. Keep on following, keep on pressing that button to make our views grow higher and higher. We want to take this to the next level. So hope you enjoyed the show. More will be coming as the weeks go on. And hope you enjoy the final, Champions League final. Tweet us, leave a message on our YouTube channel. Say what you think. Say who you think is going to win it. Say who you think has been the best player this season. Anything you want to say about anything we've said today, just leave it on there, and we'll try our best to answer and get back to you and mention you in further shows. See you later.
Good night.
Goodbye.